Hey, it's Jael from Cell-Based Nutrition, and today we're going to talk about how naturopathic nutrition changed my life. The first thing it did was it identified allergies and intolerances that I had. There are so many of us who have digestive, gastric, gastrointestinal symptoms: cramping, bloating, gas, discomfort after eating, constipation, diarrhea, and haven't been able to pinpoint exactly what it is that is causing those symptoms. Being able to sit down with a naturopathic nutritional therapist helped me identify what I was eating, if there were side effects, um, if there were symptoms, and how I felt immediately after eating food, a few hours after eating food, the day after eating food. And so I was able to identify certain things that just didn't sit right with me, things that I was told were healthy, things that I enjoyed perhaps eating. But it really helped me um, narrow down food that was problematic for me. Um, and then having that expert advice to be able to help me make adjustments and swaps so that I'm not missing out on food groups and so I'm still getting essential nutrients. Um, Naturopathic nutrition helped me look at my macros. So the big nutrient groups, carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. It identified that I wasn't consuming, like most people, wasn't consuming enough protein. Protein is essential because it provides amino acids, which are the building block for the cells in our body. And if you are living with chronic illnesses, our cells break down a lot more rapidly. The body is always needing to repair and regenerate and renew parts of our body that are damaged because of a disease process or because of inflammation, etc. And so our body has a really high need for protein. I was able to identify that I was lacking in protein and found really sustainable ways to increase the amount of protein that I was consuming. And it really helped me to feel better, to feel more satiated, to feel less fatigued. Also, having a plant-based diet, sometimes we need a little bit of help to get more nutrient dense foods in and to identify foods that are maybe not in our cultural lexicon that we can add into our diet that can help us meet our protein goals. Another way naturopathic nutritional therapy changed my life was I realized that I wasn't eating enough. As a woman raised in toxic diet culture, it's almost as if we are on a perpetual diet of some description, being told that we are not eating, being told that we're eating too much, we need to eat less. When you have a chronic illness, our basal metabolic rate, our need for nutrients, our need for calories is a lot higher. Like I said, there is a lot of breakdown of our cells due to the disease processes. And so our body needs nutrients, and sometimes it needs a higher amount of nutrients just to be able to cope with the chronic illness and to be able to keep our bodies functioning. And so I was very surprised that I was under eating, and I had to quite substantially at that time increase the volume of food. And a nutritional therapist helps you to be able to do that in the most nutrient dense way. And very quickly, your body adapts. Your appetite can come back. And that's another issue with people living with chronic illnesses, that our appetites can really be impacted, whether it's impacted because of the medication that we're on, impacted because of the gastrointestinal issues that we are dealing with, impacted because of fatigue and malaise. There's so many reasons why people who have chronic illnesses tend to eat less. And naturopathic nutritional therapy helped me understand that I actually needed to eat more to help my body to cope with the daily burden of living with the chronic illnesses that I have. Hydration is a really important one. I'm sure every single person with sickle cell is fed up of being told how much water we need to drink and we should drink. Let me tell you a little story about about me. My parents were very insistent on ensuring that I was very well hydrated as a child, to the point where I was sick and tired of water. And I remember going off to university, and it was the first time that I was living on my own, and I had the freedom not to drink as much water as I needed to. And so I was chronically dehydrated, in and out of hospital in my late teens, early 20s. And I had to learn ways to increase my hydration in a way that didn't trigger that childhood trauma of literally being forced to sit down and drink copious amounts of liquid. So learning that the consumption of non-caffeinated teas helped. I am obsessed by herbal teas. Herbal teas, fruit teas, love them. And so for me, this is a really easy way to get water in. Also, it helps keep me warm because you're using hot water to make the teas. You're also getting some nutrients because herbs have some beneficial effects on the body. You can also increase your hydration by consuming more fruit and vegetables, especially dark green leafy vegetables, and fruit and veg that has high water content. You know, your peppers, your cucumbers, lettuce, spinach, etc. That all counts towards your hydration goals. Sleep hygiene. This is one of the things that I learned through my naturopathic training, and it's one thing that I really have taken to heart, and it's one thing that I offer as a service on my website. Understanding how much rest our body needs and requires, and how you can change your daily routine to support a healthy amount of sleep. Sleep is when our body gets to restore and regenerate and rebuild. This is really important for people who are living with chronic illnesses and chronic pain. It's one of the only times that our body can really have the rest to be able to downgrade inflammation, which has an impact on the amount of pain. So sleep is really important. And as you would know, if you live with chronic, daily and persistent pain, sleep can sometimes be very elusive. I have had plenty of times when pain has woken me out of my sleep. And that's a terrible cycle to be in. And to be able to find support, strategies, nutrients, food that you eat as your last meal of the day that can help to get your body ripe for sleeping was invaluable. Learning that information was absolutely invaluable. And then it also helps with your energy levels. It's really important to be able to manage your tiredness and your fatigue, to learn about pacing, to learn what your limitations are, to understand that there are sometimes things that your body cannot do. We are not able-bodied, and that is okay. And it's okay that sometimes you are not able to do the things that you would want to do. But with pacing, you can increase your activity levels. And with pacing, you can identify what things in your week, in your month, are the most important that you really want to attend, that bring you joy. And then you can put steps into place to make sure that you have the energy to be able to enjoy those things. Naturopathic nutrition also helped me learn how to reduce inflammation, especially with the arthritis and the neuropathy. Learning how to eat in a way that can calm my nervous system, eat in a way that can help my body cope with the inflammation. So looking at antioxidants, and again looking at herbs and food that can help reduce the amount of inflammation in our bodies. I have to say that I am and feel more healthier in my 40s than I did in my 20s. Learning how my body works, learning the science behind food, the science behind chronic pain has given me an invaluable insight into how to moderate the intensity and the frequency of the pain that I feel. And I'm in a good place. I feel like I understand my body now, and I really want to be able to help other people to understand theirs and to figure out ways that they can help reduce the inflammation and the pain that they experience. So I'm Jael from Soul Based Nutrition. It's been lovely talking to you, and I want you to remember that your body is not broken. Your cells are just undernourished. See you in the next video.